Alrighty, what is going on today, guys? Evan Aldo here. Welcome back to the channel. Exciting day. We are pumping around New York Open right now for Ethereum especially, and we'll get into what I think the markets could do in just a second. We wanted to show you kind of the latest trade. So I got stopped out of the ETH along that I've been talking about. Been rinsing and repeating. Important to rinse and repeat when you're washing clothes and trading. That's a stupid joke. I don't know why I keep saying that, but Anyway, so here's the trade that I re-entered. Did pretty well. I took it. I put in more than I probably should have here, but it worked out. It was potentially, the place where you could have bottomed out, and I'll talk about that in a second when we look at the chart. But doing well so far. If you want to get access to the Discord, you could check it out. The link is down below for the Discord, and then there's crypto payments or normal payments through Discord. If you want one free month, though, if you sign up to BloFin, BYDFI, or Bitunix with my link down below, deposit at least $100. I'll give you one free month in the Discord. Just open a support ticket in the support ticket area right here with your UID or your email, and we'll get you sorted. Good trading bonuses, especially on BYDFI and BloFin. It's a Bitcoin trading bonus on BYDFI, and then 25% fees off your life with my link on Bitunix, 20% off your fees with the other two. So yeah, it depends what you're into. They're all very good. Let's get into what's going on right now. Ultimately, when we look at some of these time frames, reverse head and shoulders. For some reason, I want to start with the more short term. That's looking pretty good, potentially jumping up higher. Reverse head and shoulders is one of my favorite traditional TA patterns. In a bull market, and you kind of have the deep anchor wave as we get into some of these middle time frames. I want to see the one that I confirmed there is the daily, almost there in the daily, which you always have a good shot, especially with where we are of this kind of giving you a local bottom or something. Obviously, in this environment, we kind of want Bitcoin to be more recovering, but more sideways as ETH kind of steals the show, and as altcoins hopefully relatively soon start alt season for a few months or something, at least until a peak in October to a peak in the end of the year. My guess is October, if you've been watching me, when we will likely peak. But if we just compare this to, history never, let's just compare this more to here, which is kind of, if you can get up to like 10th of August, I would say the highest I could see us by end of month, mid-month would be that 130 K area, and that would equate to kind of a higher Ethereum as well. If we want to map out what you could see into a October peak or whatever, let's say we peak out there, we get a little kind of pullback or something, and then it would be much more extended. Probably want to go on a higher time frame, and then something like this, into October, something like that, maybe to a top. We don't know. Maybe you go up to 180, maybe not. My guess has always been 150. I'm going to stick with that kind of prediction or whatever. Moving on to Ethereum right now. So breaking above this area, if we can hold this area, 35.75 about, potentially jump up a little bit more to 37. And, money flow kind of coming up right there. And yeah. No, I think you can get up to 37. So that's my main thing, and I think that this trade will do really well if we can get there. It's kind of where I'm looking to take profit. I think we are really, kind of jumping up. I know a lot of people have been bullish on ETH, and I am myself. So yeah, it looks really good. The similar thing to Bitcoin come on, load on the daily. I want to see the daily here. Weird. Oh, that's really weird. Anyway, here it started to work. Daily is the daily is not there. We go. Trigger wave forming right here, which would be nice continuation. Hopefully, at least a situation like this, which should be enough to bring us to a new high, 4,200, and just maybe mid-August to late August, new all-time high. Those areas right now, right there before a potential. September in the post-halving year, I believe September is always the bad month for the past few post-halving years. So something like that, and then into hopefully my major target into October or whatever. More extended than this, but into October, that kind of area upwards. That's what I'm kind of looking at there. ETH versus Bitcoin, I think this generally should be able to, keep going up to these areas. I think you'll at least hit, 0.05, this area right here in the coming months, and erase kind of all of the pain from October of 23, which would be really nice. You'd be ahead, if you converted Bitcoin to ETH that point or any time after, which is a little bit lackluster than what many of us were hoping for, but, we'll see what happens here. ETH versus others, I think ETH will still outperform others. A couple more weeks to a month or something, at least to this high. I mean, I don't know. It was here that you topped out, now it gets to 21. So that's what I'm kind of looking at there. That's what I'm kind of looking at for ETH there. But I think a lot of what generally will mark the start of altcoin season is ETH at a new all-time high. So potentially mid-August or after your next significant pullback that you'll see alts really kind of steal the show. I wasn't even looking at too many lately, but Cardano hopefully should jump higher here. Let's look at that daily, little correction there. A couple others that AVAX is one I've always liked. The coin in general hitting up at this point, so hopefully 32. If ETH can get up to that towards that new all-time high, 32 to 48 would be nice for AVAX. I mean, I'm not even thinking about any other coins off the top of my head. I mean, Solana people like. I know a lot of people like Solana, including myself. I mean, it's kind of almost a blue chip in the crypto world. Deep anchor waves, the daily kind of forming something cool. Hopefully, end of August, 250, back up to some of these levels. So that's going to be good. And then you got your yields kind of. This will help out altcoin season, I believe. So if you look at the 10-year here, and our last kind of two, so this was alts did pretty well here, end of 23, and then where was it, like end of, so a little bit different here as they were coming up, so kind of the opposite there. But I think this was, you had a lot of excitement end of 23. I would argue even end of 23 might have been better than, and when was this peak? That was October, so maybe we're a little bit early here. If you were to do something like that, maybe a peak for alts September, October, and then as this starts to come back up, and that would bring your 30-year mortgage rates down to, I don't know what they would be down to at that point. That it's hard to say, obviously. Probably something below 6, mid to high 5s or something, I would guess, which would equate to a pretty successful Trump presidency for what he's looking for. And we'll probably get that rate cut too in September. In terms of the rate cut, I don't know if that, I mean, I guess if you think September, I think that's a little bit too early for a peak. I'm more looking at the numbers now. But October, that second rate cut may, if you do see that October, maybe where it's kind of all over. So just keep that in mind. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with the odds, but obviously September is the more likely, and we finally will, see that rate cut. So ultimately, I'm pretty bullish. I'm in this trade right now, up $3,000. I'm happy with that. And I think that's all I got for you guys right now. If you guys like the video, smash the like button, and remember to check out the exchanges down below if you're interested in trading, especially BloFin down below, trading volume bonus, and BYDFI, the Bitcoin bonus, and then Bitunix has the most off your fee. So check those out. I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.